Hey guys, I'm gonna be fixing a meatloaf, and I'm just gonna let you see what I'm doing as I go. Hopefully, if I've not forgot, if I still have breadcrumbs and all that. And yes, I'm in my nightgown this evening, so I'm not feeling good. But I do get to do my have that gynecological exam done on April the 6th, so they're gonna check my ovaries and cervix again, where I lost the left ovary before I had baby. Just trying to wash my hands. So I'll edit this later so it's not so long. Then I've almost put my meatloaf, the hamburger meat, in the skillet with the oil because I took a nap before I go. Because like I said, I've not been feeling good since last week. And I called and made those appointments because I got to thinking, Kaylee, you probably should. You know about the cancer cells and the bad cells when you're 19, and then at 29 they finally removed the cancerous ovary. But with that being said, I dread it, and I don't like to tell anybody about it because I didn't tell my own family. Or then I had my kid 2 years later to the June 27th or something of 2012. The ovary was removed. June 2014, my daughter was born. And June of 2012, that cancerous ovary was taken out in Dr. Baker's office in White. So that was over with that part of it. But, regardless of what others think, everybody, I used to get tickles. They thought I didn't take certain medication. I'm like, well, I may not be at the moment. But I had to check my blood to see what is in there and what isn't, because I started finding like a barbiturate of some kind. I was like, what's a barbiturate? I said, I take a benzodiazepine and like something for pain. And they probably laughed and they wanted me to go to rehab. And I thought about it and thought about it. I said, I was going to sit in the rehab and he probably worked in it. Knowing unless it was something to do with like, I had an uncle that was paraplegic from the waist down. He had some friends like from the neck down. I said, well, no, I've just been one that's had pain since I was like 15. Ow. Done my clinicals from Carl D. Perkins and Hyman at Knox County Nursing Home. And I was real small, like in high school. I was like no more than 102 to 120 pounds, something like that. And I graduated from Knox County Central and Carl D. Perkins in 2002, but without going to graduation and walking, I went ahead and left like sometime in April, because by the beginning of June was our graduation. I was finished with all the major things that I needed from there. And I had a degree in English by the time I got out of there. I mean, as far as being able to teach and all that, or sub, I could. The business end of the things was me working with the doctor because I had to have a prescription myself at that age because I'd been hurt in that accident. And don't ask me why, what aches and stuff, yes. Or anyway, with that being said, I wanted to start that working with the doctor to where we could get our, like my narcotics at the time were benzodiazepine and something hydrocodone for pain. So I wanted to start working with the doctor and getting our, like they took a money order for the medication. And, I guess my time, their time, my time filling their stuff out. If I knew their medical history and they actually needed it, but the only way I'd stand good for them, because I didn't know. I was 17 and having pain like that. I thought, hell, I may not be the only one. And yes, there was an aging man there at one time in one of the facilities I went in to visit. But anyway, that was my way. That's $200 and some per package. I got 62 milligram benzodiazepines because I had the Valium 10, probably 5 to 10 milligram, but I'm just saying at the end I had the 10 milligram. And then I had the Valium and hydrocodone And then I went to alprolizam to hydrocodone. But I had the 62 milligrams so I could break it in half. And if I didn't need, or break it in pieces, I could break it like a half into half. Anyway, that way it was either 2 times a day at a half to 1, just depending on how it affected me. Or I could even break it down to 4 times a day. But normally it was twice. Sometimes I'd have to take the whole thing. Sometimes I wouldn't. It just depending on how it made me feel. And I was, young, and Combs' Body Shop was right off the hill from it. But that's what I started up there at Danny's trailer when she would be at work. I was up there working by the kitchen table or cleaning the house on the computer. When I say working, I'm talking about just with my things, a couple more, my stepdad, and a few things for him, and right fork of dry curry, or left fork of dry curry. I'm trying to think what else was. Then I started doing the in-home care by the time before I was 18, because Brenda had gone over there and her husband was somewhere. So I don't know if exactly what went on with him, because I don't want to tell his story either. But this is Tristan Taggart's woman, y'all may know her. But she was sitting in the bed, and I thought, well, maybe we need to go over and help her, make sure she's all right, see if she needs anything. Because that's just the way I am. And I didn't know her real good, but I'd met him and knew him a little bit. So that went on. So pretty much Danny hauled the car, got him towed over there. And he may have thought I was over there doing some shoot, I don't know. But I was actually over there with Brenda, and, her man he'd been incarcerated or something, which I don't even like to say that. But the cool thing about it is my niece and Latrista, supposed to be Kelly's daughter, which now Kelly lives with, or was living out there with Philip, or had been. But Latrista and my niece Morgan were, our friends. I'm hoping they're still friends, but they definitely were friends. And she got a little smart with me one day, and I thought that I didn't see her too often. What is her problem? Because me and her mom Hillary ended up being friends. Because like I said, it wouldn't. Danny may not even realize I was over there for his mom more than anybody, because she's a lady. She's a woman. She was in her bed. She was having a hard time. That was her love, and I got to go see them together at home one night and visit. But it hurts me that some of these, I don't get to see some of these women like Pam and Eugene. I met up with Mr. Howard, that is Sean, and him and Heather had dated, unless I'm getting somebody confused, in high school. And him and I were over at Hazard. But I didn't keep it up with me all the time. I had a boyfriend or two, but I was just me. As long as I had my friends and I call and talk to them and see them here and there, I was good. But now I'm having trouble getting a trip back from Knott County to my house, or to my hometown in Knott. From Floyd County at my mom's to Knott County, I said, I don't care if y'all take me to my house, drop me off on the hill, drop me off at the store, at Heather's, down there at Donnie and May's, anywhere up through there, one of them. I said, by the Topmost Baptist Church, or anywhere. I said, as long as I get that far, I'll walk the rest of the way to the house. Because flipping right in 2021 killed me. As far as me being hurt, and actually I had to have a surgery then and have a metal plate put in my face to secure the bone, because it had been broken once previously. So it sucks. But I've got my meatloaf. Okay, sorry about that. Well, I've got it to this much so far. So I'm going to finish real quick. I've done this either way, it doesn't matter. I know, didn't have anything with any of the shows or I was laughing. After I'm 02 and got out of school, I met like some of these people in Floyd County. And I go home because I went to talk to my family about everything. I mean, whether I met somebody or seen somebody or anything like that. Oh, crap. Well, my brother, that way, my brother told me at my mom's, he started watching a show called My Name is Earl. I was like, you got to be kidding me. But yeah, my family's, they're funny. My little niece made Miss Centurion this year, which I'm proud of her. So I'm begging my daughter to go back to North County with me. Just go stay all night and come back. I said, Mom, wouldn't you rather be at my house and not have rent? Hang on, base. And hell, save them. I said not have much rent. I didn't know how to say it to her because the way she is. But she thinks, I don't know what she thinks. And her and Linda were really close when the blonde-headed, well, I say Terry and his sister, but before those logged the hillside, and Mom. I'm guessing he logged it because that's what he'd been doing. Good morning, baby. Mom's gonna make some meatloaf and mashed potatoes, but that's what my ex-husband would be. And I said, I said, he may let the hill that day, nobody told him to go and stay gone forever. I couldn't get what was I gonna do, get a horse quick and bring him back up the damn hill. Back up the hill by the car wash and go. I wasn't doing that. I wasn't going to. So I ended up, I let one of my other male friends come in, and visit with me one day. But that's the only two males I ever let in my home. Everybody else were females.
Where's my long pillow?
Folded up in the pillowcase. It's double with that new cover pillowcase on it. But yeah, it was kind of funny though. I said, hell, Mom, I love Terry and Ricky, but I'm not going to let everybody sit in line and say this and that. So I love Beth and Jim, too. That's friends. Heck, he was always out at his, I guess his grandfather's. But anyway, I said, hell, Beth and me would go up there and meet with each other. And Paisley and her dad at home, so with that being said, I was glad. Huh? That or a stew. Mom's gonna go ahead and make it. Why? Oh, no, mine doesn't like meatloaf. Well, you'll have meatloaf or come in here and show me what else you'll eat other than a meatloaf. I'm gonna make mashed potatoes, baby. Mommy, you want Mommy to make a stew of some kind or something? Come in here, man, and talk to me. There's a little, what's it called? Lasagna that I made the other night, but Mom's gonna make this little bit of this. I forgot garlic, Hazel. Will you give me some down? I got meat on my hands. I put stew meat out. Sorry, now Hazel's decided she doesn't want meatloaf, as usual. Come here, baby, and show. Mom's got this stew meat, Hazel, right here. You can fix it with steak. Fix that with mushrooms, or
yeah.
You can do that with.
I want that with
mushrooms, and I do Mom Gaga's onions. I need to find something to put on
Mom,
it. What?
Can I have that with mushrooms and green peppers?
Go look in there and see if there's any in there. Yeah. Look on the shelf in here. In here. On the same shelf where I keep the
What am I looking for?
There was a can or two of mushrooms. I may have to go get them. Look over here on the shelf of this stuff. And if you can't find them, no, it says it's a little can of mushroom, basically. Like Mom used to get them, and
can you find them?
Go in there and tell Gaga to put me enough over on Mom's money.
It should be there, but I don't know where.
To get you here, help me get this out. It's so much for the fucking flipping hair in it.
Mom, you'll have to look.
Paisley, go tell Gaga. I'll be right back.